possible. So the reason why there are multiple platforms is because we want to make sure that you are able to get as much support as needed, whether that's through Piazza, where you're getting academic related questions and getting help academically, or Discord, where you're building a community and being able to ask some logistical questions. So that is the reason behind it. We know it can be a little bit overwhelming now, but our goal is that as you go about this course, it will become far more, familiar and easier to use. So please don't be worried if you can't get a hang of it now. That's why we're doing sessions like this, and we will continue to do them as need be to make sure that you're familiar with the technologies that we'll be using. With that said, really, first off, we want to thank all of the students who have really stepped up and are answering questions on Discord for their fellow classmates, as well as those that are answering questions on Piazza. We love to see it. That's the whole purpose. This course is about, all of us helping out each other with the same pursuit of learning quantum computing. So thank you all so much for that. I'm going to turn it over to our two co-tech leads, Jerry and Simran, who they're going to walk you through our three main platforms, Discord, Piazza, and Canvas. Again, you all have not received Canvas yet, so we're just going to go through the basics right now, and you'll be able to get more information later once you have access to it. But we just want to get you a little bit familiar with the basics. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Jerry, who's going to start us off with Discord. Now, remember, if you haven't applied for Discord verification yet, please make sure you do so by 6 p.m. Eastern time today. That will be the last time we will be doing live verifications for students. So Jerry, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, yeah. I actually don't have permission to screen share right now. Could someone? Okay, cool.
You should have that now. Sorry, Jerry.
So, okay, hopefully everyone can see this. So I'm gonna walk you guys through how we're using Discord. So first, if you access Discord. Can you guys see this?
I can't see it.
I can see it.
Oh,
I can
maybe
see
it's just, okay, just my screen. Keep going, Jerry.
Yeah, so this is sort of the homepage of the discord.com website. So on the very left-hand side, you can see a list of the different servers you're in. Likely you'll only be in one server, but say for me, for example, there's a bunch of different servers. You can identify the qubit by qubit server really easily because it has our logo. So when you click on it, it brings you to our server. On the left-hand side, you'll find all the various channels that you can access. Some of the most important channels are course announcements and course materials. This is where we'll be posting a lot of the course materials and various messages that we have to communicate to you guys. So please, if you don't have time to check anything else on Discord, please check these two channels. There's also a frequently asked questions channel for all those questions that you might have. So please, scroll up and check the channel for any questions that you might have. There's also a live verify channel where you can verify yourself as a student. I think currently we have about 1,000 students who haven't been verified yet. So please, as Kira mentioned, if you haven't been verified yet, please send your information into this chat. There's a couple other sections of Discord channels. So there's the support section where you can ask for help on various things such as Discord, Piazza. There's also a feedback channel where you can give us feedback about, your Discord experience, what you'd like added. Some people have used it to request various channels. So please feel free to leave your feedback in this channel. There's, let's see, so there's two other channels, so communication, and there'll be either a uni workforce channel if you're in uni or workforce, or there'll be a high school channel if you're a high school student. So these sort of role-specific channels are for sort of community building. So there's various channels where you can sort of just chat sort of casually about the course or life in general. Lastly, on the right-hand side, you'll see a list of the users. So that's broken down into admins, event admins, and bots that we have in the server. And then you can also see a list of your classmates. We recommend not messaging admins directly, especially if you have a question. Please post those questions in either general help, Discord help, or Piazza help. But if you do see harassment or someone's posting inappropriate comment, please direct message one of the admins. So for example, if I see Kira posting something that's inappropriate, I can click on Simran's name and then I can message Simran right here. So I can message, hi Simran, Kira is blah, blah, blah. You can type whatever you want. And then that'll send a direct message to Simran, and then we'll take a look at it. Cool, yeah, so that's sort of the basics. I guess we'll take a couple questions from the Q&A first.
Jerry, can you explain how one would go to the Live Verify channel and what they're going to do in Live Verify?
Yeah, sure. So if you haven't been verified yet, just click on this Live Verify channel, and then you can enter in your information. So the information that we need is your first name, so Jerry, your last name, Lou, and then your student ID, which you can find in your email. So let's say my ID is like 4567 Lou. And then you have to specify whether or not you're in high school or if you're in uni or the workforce. So I'm in university, so I'll type university. And that's all you have to do. So just first name, last name, student ID, and then what school you go to. Or not what school, but what type of school you go to. And then you're done. An admin will review your verification shortly, and you'll be verified.
Awesome. And Gabby, can we actually open up the chat just where individuals can send us as panelists messages? So if anyone does have a question, feel free to send it to us. So one of the questions is, how can individuals know that they've been verified?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I think the best way is probably to go to something like Sandbox. So the Sandbox channel is where you could sort of just test out random commands and that sort of thing. So for example, you could type in test here, right? And then what you'll see on your message is you can see what color your name is. So for example, right, like Pratik Parbat, his name is in orange, which means he's a uni work student. So that means you've been verified. If your name is in white, that means you haven't been verified. If your name is blue, that means you're a high school student. So just check what color your name is. And if your name doesn't have a color, that means you'll have to verify in Live Verify.
Can you explain how you can change your nickname for the server and also add your ID as a note? A lot of people have been struggling with this.
Yeah, sure. So I believe you can go in the bottom left-hand corner. So you'll see your username here. You can go into user settings, and then you can edit your username here. So I could change it to Jerry Lou. I could change it to, and then I could add my student ID at the very end, right? So like,
Awesome. And a lot of people are asking about the community building aspect of Discord. This is something I just want to address. There's a lot of people that are new to Discord right now. So right now we just want to make sure everyone is able to get the most important information from us. So we will be working in the coming weeks and months on building out, channels and programming to increase community and make sure people feel, like they belong and like they know each other and that all of us beyond just the scope of this course. So that's something that will definitely be coming. Another thing, people that are just asking is if you, what are the most important channels for you to be checking? Correct me if I'm wrong, Rachel and Jerry, but I would say the most important channels are the course announcements and the course materials channel. Those are where we are going to be posting, any updates that you need to be knowing about the course. I would say checking that on a bi-weekly basis. So, before the lecture and before your lab are kind of good notes for that. We'll always try to give at least several days for, before something needs to be done if we have more announcements. Again, once everything calms down and we get Canvas out, there won't be a lot of new software, things like that we'll be introducing. So we'll have far less frequent announcements for you as well.
Hey, Jerry, can you just clarify one more time the final steps for getting verified for those who still can't see particular channels and don't know why, or if they were verified with high school and they should be university or vice versa?
Yeah, sure. So you brought up a good point, which is, so I can actually try to access what it would look like if someone wasn't verified. So if you aren't verified, you should only see a limited number of channels here, right? So from here, we can see only support channels. You don't have access to either uni channels or the high school student channels. So all you have to do to get verified is please first head over to verify for the instructions for how to verify. So you can read the instructions here at the top. And then after you're done reading the instructions, please head over to Live Verify where you can enter in your information. So again, that's your first name, your last name, your student ID, and then whether or not you're in university or if you're in the workforce or if you're a high school student.
And then just in terms of, getting a lot of questions about the lecture, where can people find the recordings of the lecture, Jerry, and the labs? And also the Qubit by Qubit QxQ announcements, which is where if people are overwhelmed by Discord, we will be posting, everything in this Google Doc. So you could just save that too. But can you just go over, Jerry, where you would find the lecture recordings and lab recordings?
Yeah, so you can access the announcements here under the course announcements. So this is a Google Doc where you can, I don't know, can you guys see my screen right now? Or is it just the Discord?
Just the Discord.
Okay. Anyways, if you click on this link under course announcements, that'll give you access to all the recordings and homework and various announcements that we're making.
Okay, and then last question, because then we're going to switch over to Piazza. If you witness a code of conduct violation, please, we have a form for code of conduct violations. Take screenshots. The more information you can provide us with, including the information Rachel just sent over where the code of conduct violations form is. It's also in the course links channel on the Discord. So you can make sure you're checking there as well. But feel free to fill this out. We will follow up on every code of conduct violation. So, this is our top priority to make sure you all feel safe. And with that said, one last thing, is there a way, Jerry, to only get notifications from certain channels? So for example, if they only want to get notifications when we post in course announcements, is there a way to do that and mute the other channels?
Yeah, so if the Discord notifications are too overwhelming for you, you can easily mute certain channels. So like, let's say you want to mute the workforce channel, you could just right click it and then you can click mute category. And then you can either mute it for like a day, or you could just mute it forever. So until I turn it back on here. And you can do that for every single Discord channel.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jerry. Okay, we're going to switch over. I know a lot of people are waiting to get more information about Canvas. Again, you have not been sent your Canvas link yet, so don't worry, you're just following along, but please make sure you're paying attention and just getting a feel for Canvas. So I'm going to switch it over to Simran, who is going to walk us through Canvas and Piazza.
Thank you, Jerry, for a great Piazza tutorial or Discord tutorial. I will be going ahead and sharing my screen and doing the Piazza tutorial as well as the Canvas tutorial. And I was noticing a lot of you were asking questions about where can I get the Piazza link. Please post in the Piazza help channel on Discord with your name and email, and we can send out a link to you as soon as possible so you can get verified or you can get the Piazza link. I'll go ahead and share my screen and walk through a demo of Piazza. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, cool. So this is what you should, when you first enter Piazza and you first sign up, this is what it should look like. I know there was another question that I frequently got is when signing up, sometimes it asks university student and then to choose your university or the grade level that you're part of. There's actually an option below all of that where it says select if you are a student K through 12. And if you check that box, then you do not need to fill out any of the university information. So look out for where it says K through 12 when signing up for Piazza, and you will not need to fill out any information regarding college or university information. So walking through Piazza first, this is how the screen should look like. You can really disregard this central section first when you walk in. It just tells you how many posts there are and how many unanswered questions. The main focus of Piazza is this left-hand toolbar. This is where you're gonna get access to all of the questions that your fellow students have posted regarding lecture content. The questions in red are questions that have not been answered yet by either a student or an instructor. And so if you click on it, you can see that there's no posted answer for a specific question. The reason, how you know if a question has been answered is if it's in white. So if I click this question in white, you can see that a student has answered the specific question about X and Z gates. Now the blue dots indicate that I have not opened those specific questions. I have not viewed or read them. So if I click this question called small contribution, you can see that the blue dot goes away for that question. So when I go through these questions, the blue dot goes away. That way I know the questions with the blue dots are the ones that I need to go revisit because I have not viewed the question yet. Now, what if I want to see if a question regarding a topic, say for example, the mod operator, I have a question regarding it. How do I know if another student has already asked a question with the mod operator? What I can do is in the search bar, I can type in keywords. So for example, with mod, I can just type mod and press enter and see if any other questions by other students have come up. So you can see this question right here. Somebody asked, what is mod? And it's the exact question that I'm looking for regarding the mod concept. Thankfully, another student has kindly been able to give a really deep explanation. And if this explanation is good enough and fulfills my question, then I do not need to go ahead and post a new question. But say I have a follow-up question to this specific question, then I can go ahead and press this button, new post, and post a new question, which I'll go over the steps of how to do that in a bit. Going back to the general toolbar of the questions on the left-hand side, on the left-hand side, all the questions will be posted right when you log in this left-hand section. However, if you would like to filter through the questions and see questions that are specific to each week, then you can go up to this top bar and click one of the folders that we have pre-created. So there's week 0, which is questions related to week 0 material, week 1, logistics, and other. As you go on through this course, we will be updating and adding more weeks, and so you can post questions in the designated folders for the associated week that you're on. So for example, if I have a question regarding logistics and I want to see another student has asked that question, I can click the logistics question, and only the questions associated with the logistics folder will be posted in this folder. Same thing goes for the other folder. If I click on the other folder, I can see the questions that are only associated with that folder. Next, I will go ahead and be showing how to create a question and how to post it. So you click this blue button that says New Post. From there, the post type you are going to be choosing is called Question. That is the only type of post type you should be selecting. You will have to post to the entire class. That is the feature of Piazza, is to promote discussion between students. And so it will be posted to the entire class so other students can view your question and perhaps respond and answer your question. From there, I want to select a folder regarding to the question that I want to ask. So my question is regarding what time is lab 2A? So I can click the logistics, folder and type. In the summary section, the one-line summary section, you should type what your question or the gist of your question is. So I'm going to say lab time question. Then below, I can type the specific question. So I can say, what time is lab 2A? And that's all I really need to do to post a question. Now, for example, if you need to post, you have a specific question regarding lecture content and you've taken a picture or you want to take a screenshot, there is an option right here where you can press insert and you can upload a file or image and it will show up in this text box editor where you can post the screenshot, and then that way the screenshot will get added when you post the question. And so at this point, I can show my name as Sally, or I can post it as anonymous. Either way, it's up to you. The TAs will, however, get access to your name regardless. So if I want to be anonymous, I can. The TAs will always be able to see your name. Or I can use my actual name, whatever is easiest for you guys. And then I can press post my question, and it should post on the left-hand side. You can see my question, lab time questions, is in yellow. So that means it's a question that I have posted because it's highlighted in yellow. And as soon as somebody has answered my question, you can check back, and you'll see something indicated on the side, where S in green means a student has answered it, or I means as an instructor has answered it. Kira, should we go through some of the questions for Piazza?
Yeah, I think most people are interested in Canvas, but with 2 questions. One, is it, one, if you could just explain again, how do people get on Piazza? That would be great.
Yes. So you should have received emails in your inboxes, the emails that are associated with the how you signed up for this course. You should have received an email from Piazza joining the QNT 100 course on Piazza. If you have not, then please go to the Piazza help channel on Discord, type your name and email, and we will send you another email so you can get registered for Piazza.
Awesome. What does the tick on S mean?
The tick on S means that an instructor has actually endorsed another student's answer. So you can see that there's a couple of them right here. So the instructor Corbin has endorsed this student's answer. And so sometimes an instructor will go ahead and endorse another student if they have responded, or they can, in this case, add on to another student's answer by posting another answer below the student's answer.
And I also just want to note, some individuals are asking if they need to be verified on Piazza. You do not need to be verified like you need to be on Discord. You will get a unique link and you can just sign up for it. And once you sign up, you're good to go. please, if you do not have your Piazza link, post in Discord in the Piazza help channel so we can do that. If you feel confident in your answers, feel free to answer other students' questions as well. A TA, if they think the answer is suitable, may endorse the answer instead of giving an answer themselves. So that's definitely great. And then just want to, someone did flag a really good tip that they use. So if you want to mark all the messages as read, click the settings wheel near following, and then you can click mark all read. It was helpful, so I did not get blasted with notifications. So that I think is a very good tip. And then, is there a way to add tags on Piazza so you can mark a question related, for example, to entanglement and mark it with that tag?
I think that's a great question. I don't believe there are any tags that you can do for specific questions. What I would recommend is just searching in the search bar whenever you need to search a specific topic and want to see what questions are related to entanglement, for example. And another thing I wanted to just bring up, this other channel, there have been some questions regarding it. That is used for more advanced questions that are not really particular to the week's content and that are just more challenging questions. However, Piazza is not a platform where you can post questions that are non-related to content material. It is only a place for content material related or homework questions. So please don't post things that are out of the scope of the course on Piazza.
Great. And I think with that said, let's move over to Canvas and go through Canvas.
Okay, great. So the next tutorial we are going to be going through is Canvas. Once again, as Kira has mentioned several times, you do not have access to Canvas yet, so please do not get alarmed. We're just prefacing what the platform looks like, so when you do get initiated onto Canvas, you will understand how it works and how to navigate through the platform. So just to start off, this is what the Canvas platform looks like. At the top, it should say qubit by qubit, and it'll either say A, B, or C. And that's how you know you're enrolled in the correct course. There's also the Coding School icon and logo at the top, so you can understand you're enrolled in the Coding School Quantum Computing course. These 5 tabs right here are exactly how you are going to be navigating the course. And the course you can identify, you'll see it if you click courses right here, Qubit by Qubit, Introduction to Quantum Computing. So if you click this, it'll lead you to this home screen. The first thing that I'm going to be going through is this quizzes tab. So the quizzes tab is where you will in the future have access and be submitting your homework assignments, as well as submitting the attendance quizzes that will be held in your lab sections. So your lab sections will be marking attendance through quizzes, and how that's done is your TAs and your labs will go over it in more detail, but your TAs will give you a special code only available during the live lab section, which you will enter onto Canvas to unlock the quiz. The quiz will be very, very short, a couple questions long, and it's only going to be used for attendance purposes. So you don't need to worry about being a quiz. It's only going to be there as a checker to see if you were there at your live lab. Homeworks are also going to be posted in this quizzes tab right here, and I'll go through a sample homework assignment and what it will look like. So if you click the quizzes tab, it should appear in this section, and it'll say something like homework 1, homework 2, homework 3, or for the associated weeks. And so you can go ahead and click it. I'm just using this non-graded quiz as a sample to show you how the submission looks like. So I can take the quiz. For homeworks, you will have unlimited submissions. And so you can go back and try as many times as you need to go back and make changes. So this is the format of what your homeworks are going to be looking like. They can be a variety of questions, true and false, fill in the blank, multiple choice. For the purpose of this quiz, we chose 2 multiple choice that are fairly simple. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this one as 2 and this one as 0, just for the purposes of showing you how Canvas automatically grades your submissions. So I can press submit quiz right up below. And as you can see here, it shows you your attempt history, how long it took you, and your score. So Canvas will automatically grade your homework assignments and your quizzes and return a score directly so you can try again next time. However, you are not given access to the correct answers. So for example, question 2 was marked incorrect. However, I do not know what the correct answer is. So I can go back and try again and maybe try and select a different answer next time and redo my work to see if I can get the correct answer. And so that's what your homework assignments and lab attendance quizzes are going to be looking like. The next thing I want to go over is the module section. The module section is very, very important and where you will be accessing all your course announcements and lecture recordings and lecture notes and lab notes. So the thing I want to focus on is this week 1. Our team will be updating this weekly with your lectures and the slides every single week. So for example, here's week 1 material. So if I click lecture 1 and I click up here, lecture 1, I get directed to YouTube where we have our actual recording of week 1. If I go back, I can go ahead and access lecture 1 slides, which many of you have asked for, and I can download or I can view the lecture slides in this text box editor right here. And I can scroll through and go back and review whatever material I need to. The next thing I wanted to go over is Lab 1 slides, which are fairly similar to exactly how Lecture 1 slides are previewed in this text box editor, where I can see exactly the slides that my TAs used within their lab sections. And then you should be having, as we update this, you'll have links for the week 1 homework assignment, which will be directly leading you to the quizzes section. There's also course information and week 0 information, which you guys can view at your own time for student handbook, which is really great, as well as trigonometry review sessions. Another thing that I wanted to go over is this right-hand bar right here is your to-do section. So every time that we have set a due date, so your homework assignments are due the day before every lecture on the Saturdays, they should be posted in this to-do section with the assigned date, the due date. So you can reference this as a section to keep track of your assignments and make sure you're not missing out on anything. In addition, the last thing I will go over is files. There's 2 different ways. Like I said, you can go through modules and access the Lab 1 slides and the Lecture 1 slides. You can also go to the file section and access it within the file section as well. Both modules and files will lead you to the same exact lecture slides and lab slides. Kira, do we have any questions at the moment?
Could you just go through again the homework submission process?
Mm-hmm. So yes, so your homeworks will appear under the quizzes tab. Once again, they are not quizzes. That's just for the sake of the name of it. They are your homework assignments, so don't be alarmed by the name quiz. How you, I've already taken this, but how you do it is you go ahead and click the quiz and you press take quiz, and it will lead you to a series of questions where you select the correct answer choice that you believe is correct. So it could be a multiple choice, a true, false, a fill in the blank, a various variety of questions. You go ahead and you go through the homework assignment and you will press the submit button, and it'll take you to a page like this where you can keep track of all your attempts, and you can go back and see which questions you got correct or incorrect. That way, if you got incorrect questions, you can go back and try again. And once again, you have unlimited submissions until the due date of homework, which is the Saturday, the day before your lecture. And so it will also tell your score right here, which you can keep track of as well.
Yes, so just to reiterate, you will be submitting all of your questions on or submitting all of your homework answers on Canvas. You won't be uploading a document. You will actually be plugging in the numbers as the answers. Simran, correct me if I'm wrong, it will not be multiple choice for the homework submissions, correct?
I believe so. There's obviously no 100% guarantee. We might throw in a couple, but for the majority, they will be, I believe, short answers or true false.
Awesome. Okay, so yes, for everyone, so you know, you will just submit your homework directly on there. You don't need to upload a PDF or anything else. The grading system, again, this is pass fail. You are given as many chances as you need, you know, before the deadline to get the answer right. We don't expect you to get all of the answers correct. And so rest assured that in the handbook, there's more information about the grading. If we see students are getting more questions wrong, the majority, than what the threshold shows, we are willing, you know, we may lower the threshold, but we have created the homework assignment in a way where you should be able to, you know, get a certain number of the questions right and be able to pass the course. So don't be worried about the grading at this point. Let me see. Okay. I think this is it right now. Just last question, there will be no impact on your grades based on the number of attempts. So you could attempt and submit the assignment 20 times and that's okay. The Canvas will only take your highest score. So you're okay on that end. And then we will be uploading. So you submit on Saturday night, Sunday, we will be uploading all of the solutions so you can review your assignments. We're super happy that this has been really helpful. It seems like most of the questions have been answered. If we need to, we may have another Canvas tutorial to go more in depth once you all have access to it. But for right now, we'll just see once you all get access. Again, to reiterate, no one has access to Canvas yet. We will be providing information on Canvas later this week so you can all get sorted. Thank you everyone who has stayed on and for being you know, incredibly respectful with your questions. We really appreciate it, and also for, you know, being able to manage the different channels. Again, it'll become a lot easier as, you know, the course calms down and everything's not so new. So thank you all again for today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturdays, or for those of you that are around the world getting ready for bed. So we'll see you all later this week in your labs. Thanks everyone.